Well, it's the Prime Minister's historic visit to the RSS headquarters. Once again, you have those who are peddling the conspiracy theories after the Lok Sabha elections that the ties between the Bharatiya Janata Party and the RSS needs a mend. It turns out that all of it has now fallen flat after the Prime Minister's visit to the RSS headquarters earlier today. Ladies and gentlemen, that's the burning question tonight. But up first, let's take you through the headlines we're tracking on this Sunday night. Three days after mob violence in Kathmandu, unrest continues. At least 1,600 people dead in Myanmar after the deadly earthquake. Operation Brahma in full swing as India sends humanitarian aid. US gives nod to building and designing nuclear reactors. Two private Indian companies get American approval.
म्यांमार में इतना बड़ा भूकंप आया है, भारत ऑपरेशन ब्रह्मा के तहत वहां के लोगों की मदद के लिए सबसे पहले पहुंच गया।
Prime Minister Modi pays tribute to RSS founding fathers in Nagpur, says Operation Brahma like that of the work of Swayamsevaks. Explosion at Bid Mosque using gelatin sticks. Two arrested in the case. Security increased outside the mosque. Well, the Prime Minister visited the Sangh headquarters today, bearing all talks of a rift between the BJP and the RSS. While the BJP and the RSS has worked in tandem to script electoral victories in Haryana, Maharashtra and Delhi, the broader messaging behind the Prime Minister's visit and his brief personal engagement with Sangh Chief Mohan Bhagwat in Nagpur has already given the jitters to the opposition, because that, ladies and gentlemen, was one of the talking points after the Lok Sabha elections, with speculations doing the rounds that perhaps the BJP did not take RSS on board while the Lok Sabha elections were actually happening. It turned out that it was a complete false narrative that was peddled by the opposition, because they were hoping that the so-called rift between the BJP and the RSS would eventually help them. It turns out that egg was on their face, particularly after the results in Haryana and the spectacular result thereafter in Maharashtra, not to forget the elections that took place in the national capital, upsetting the Aam Aadmi Party. Ladies and gentlemen, with the Prime Minister becoming the first Indian Prime Minister to visit the RSS headquarters, it basically sends across a very strong message. And why exactly would the opposition really have a problem with the Prime Minister actually visiting the RSS headquarters, with some even going ahead and saying that the RSS chief perhaps should actually advise the Prime Minister to follow the Raj Dharma? That's the kind of messaging that has been done by the opposition parties. But remember, this narrative, does that really work for the opposition? And what exactly was the message that the Prime Minister was trying to send across? Tonight, that's the burning question. But first, take a look at this report.
The rumoured BJP-RSS rift has been laid to rest. In visuals likely to cause heartburn in the opposition camp, Prime Minister Modi visited Sangh's Nagpur headquarters earlier today. In a throwback to his Sangh years, the Prime Minister took a tour of the Smruti Mandir, paying floral tributes to the RSS founder and ideologue Keshav Baliram Hedgewar. Putting an end to all the conjecture around his ties with the Sangh chief, the Prime Minister was seen briefly engaging with Mohan Bhagwat in conversation. Speaking at an event later, Prime Minister Narendra Modi heaped praises on the RSS, invoking its dedication to service and his early years with the Sangh.
लाखों करोड़ों स्वयंसेवक, इसकी टहनी, ये कोई साधारण वटवृक्ष नहीं, राष्ट्रीय स्वयंसेवक संघ भारत की अमर संस्कृति का आधुनिक अक्षय वट है। ये अक्षय वट आज भारतीय संस्कृति को, हमारे राष्ट्र की चेतना को निरंतर ऊर्जावान बना रहा है।
The political messaging behind the Prime Minister's exchange of words with the Sangh chief clearly wasn't lost on the opposition.
देखिए, आज तक इतने साल हो गए, अभी तक प्रधानमंत्री जी वहां गए नहीं थे। मैं समझता हूं कि बीजेपी को सबसे बड़ी सपोर्ट करने वाली आरएसएस है। मेरा ये निवेदन होगा प्रमुख आरएसएस साहब से कि आप जो है कम से कम एक सीख दीजिए, आप कहिए इनसे कि राजधर्म निभाओ इस देश में।
तो मैं क्या देख सकता हूं, सबसे ज्यादा खुशी अगर कहीं मिलती है तो घर पहुंच कर खुशी मिलती है।
अभी बयान जेपी नड्डा जी का चुनाव के पहले आया था कि अब उनको आरएसएस की जरूरत ही नहीं है, तो 240 आने के बाद 11 साल के बाद गए हैं मोदी जी।
Meanwhile, Maharashtra's Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis praised the Prime Minister as a dedicated Swayamsevak and a lifelong प्रचारक।
देखिए, मोदी जी एक स्वयंसेवक है, वे प्रचारक रहे हैं। आज भी उनका जीवन एक प्रचारक जैसा ही जीवन है। इसलिए जब वो कार्यक्रम में आए तो उनके भाषण में वही उनका अनुभव, वही उनकी अनुभूति हमको देखने को मिली और हमको बहुत खुशी है कि एक स्वयंसेवक के रूप में हम भी उसमें उपस्थित थे।
Union Minister Piyush Goyal also hailed the Sangh as an inspiration for dedicated public service and social work. As the BJP and the Sangh project cohesion and unity ahead of the Bihar Assembly elections later this year, is the opposition already feeling the jitters?
Well, Tuhin Sira, there was a script that was drawn out, and the script was after the Lok Sabha elections. That was that there is a clear rift between the RSS and the BJP. I just want to play out the pictures full frame in a short while from now. The Prime Minister's visit to the RSS headquarters, which is undoubtedly historic in nature. Is that script that was being peddled completely thrown out of the window?
Well, good evening, Shravan. A very happy Vikram Samvat 2082 to you, to all your viewers. A very happy Chaitra Navratri. On this auspicious day, the opposition is completely despondent, rattled, and in a very morose situation. Because like you said, they had manufactured a script out of nowhere 10 months ago on 4th of June that there is a rift between BJP and RSS. That was a clearly imagined rift. There is absolutely no bone of contention. You don't need an occasion to go to your home. You don't need an occasion to go to your alma mater. And the kind of ease, the natural ease the Prime Minister Modi was when he went to RSS headquarters shows that, he belongs there. So I think, to each his own. Rahul Gandhi and the ilk have every right to enjoy their iftar party. The Prime Minister has the right to visit RSS headquarters when he deems it right. Rahul Gandhi and the ilk have the right to go to the Babar's Maqbara in Afghanistan. We have the right to go to Mahakumbh. We have the right to go to, the Ram Temple as and when we want. So I think to each his own. I don't understand why the opposition is so rattled and they're making all kinds of gibberish statements about Prime Minister's visit.
What Tuhin Sharma has to say, why exactly would the opposition be so bothered about the Prime Minister's visit to the RSS headquarters, with some, particularly the Congress allies, now coming out and saying that, look here, perhaps the RSS chief should be advising the Prime Minister to follow Raj Dharma?
आया चालू नहीं हुआ।
Pankaj Sharma, the question was for you.
Okay. See, those who are trying to portray Prime Minister's visit to RSS headquarters as the symbol of conclusive harmony between Mohan Bhagwat ji and Narendra Modi are either really naive or indeed cunning. let no one be under the false illusion that after this visit there would emerge a sort of fountain of fondness between BJP and RSS. The differences between Bhagwat and Modi have a long history. They are very deep-rooted and are so fundamental in nature that gap between the thought process of these two gentlemen can never be bridged. Please recall, when Modi became Prime Minister, by ruthlessly sidelining all his seniors in 2014 and began giving all the credit of BJP's victory to himself, Bhagwat made a statement and said, BJP has not won this election because of any one person in 2014. It was wrong to take or give credit of this success by a particular person or to a specific phase. Please also recall that when Modi government completed its first year in 2015, Bhagwat summoned Prime Minister Modi and all his ministers with their report cards in the first week of September. Modi strongly resisted this, but ultimately he also had to appear before Bhagwat on the third and the last day of this meeting, which was held in Madhya Pradesh government's rest house at Panchal in Delhi. RSS that time announced that it will take the stock of the progress of BJP government every year. This was the flashing point of hostility between Bhagwat and Modi. After this, Modi began playing his cards, launched a sort of coup against Bhagwat within the RSS, and Bhagwat could never ever summon the ministers again with their report cards. Also recall 2018. In February, Modi declared in the parliament that he is working in the direction of fulfilling his dream of Congress Free India, Congress Mukt Bharat. After a few weeks, in the beginning of April, Bhagwat announced in a book release function at Pune that such utterances, Congress Free India, Congress Mukt Bharat, is not the language of RSS. All this is a political sloganeering, he said. RSS does not believe in crushing any opposition political party. Then I'll draw your attention to 2022. RSS organized its All India training camp. BJP leaders were busy typing Gyanvapi issue those days. You remember.
Okay, you've laid out a timeline. Pankaj Sharma, you've put out a timeline particularly saying that, look here, there is a correlation between what Mohan Bhagwat had to say with an independent mind versus what the Bharatiya Janata Party had to say. Tuin Sharma, the fact here is this. Many are now arguing is that the BJP has been cut to size. They say that BJP alone cannot win any election without the help of the RSS, and that is the reason why perhaps this visit is aimed to ensuring that the relationship is cemented, it is plastered well, and that perhaps color it with the color that you want.
You know, I wish those who criticize RSS and BJP, those who make all kinds of assumptions about a rift and whatnot, educate themselves slightly more about the working of the RSS. Now, you know, this gentleman is talking about a report card, some imaginary report card, which is absolutely a figment of his mind, because RSS, trust me, RSS gets involved only at a macro level. RSS, the concern of RSS is the country and the society. Politics is a subcomponent of that which is left entirely to the BJP. The RSS does not get involved on a day-to-day basis. But yes, in the interest of the country, if RSS believes that the BJP is the best and available option for the country, it will support the BJP, and which is what it has done in the last several assembly elections and even prior to that. So please don't, those who are completely ignorant and illiterate about the working of the RSS and the BJP should not unnecessarily make all kinds of assumptions and derive some kind of a, perverse joy in saying there is a rift. Irrespective of, whatever imagined situation they may perceive in their mind, fact is in the last 11 years, and even before that, the BJP and RSS have an unbreakable bond. for, like I mentioned right at the very start, for Prime Minister Modi ji, going to RSS headquarters is going home. Going to RSS headquarters is going to your alma mater. For the sake of argument, even if one were to assume there were differences, those differences are those which exist in every family. The respect, the reverence that BJP as a political entity has for RSS will remain unbreakable, which is something which these people don't understand. Now, I don't understand what perverse joy they derive every time by saying that, look, there is a rift, look, there is a rift. There is a rift in India Alliance today. And they are worried about us. This is the basic problem of this opposition.
Satish Singh, now this narrative that was being peddled for a very long time, particularly after the Lok Sabha elections, that there is a rift, that was perhaps put to rest after the win in Haryana, which many again for a very long time said that Haryana is a done game, Congress is coming back to power. The reality is a thumping victory for the Bharatiya Janata Party in Haryana. The same story repeated in Maharashtra and now, of course, in the national capital. So it's very clear that the relationship is intact, perhaps it's thriving. And Tuin is saying that, look here, the alliance, the opposition alliance should be more worried. Why waste your time thinking about the BJP and the RSS when your own home has been set on fire?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, Satiji. Did you hear my question?
Yeah, I could. Just hear me out. You see, who sowed the seed of discord being called out? It was JP Nadda's comment, and after that some utterances by Mohan Bhagwat after the Lok Sabha elections made a lot of noise, like calling it Pratipaksh, then he didn't agree with this Bhagwan thesis, and etc. So, I do agree with your this thing that yes, MDH, I call it MDH success. Maharashtra, Delhi, Haryana success. Yes, RSS worked on the ground, there is no doubt. And back channel diplomacy must have worked, back channel communications. And that's why I think RSS got into action. There was a report that the RSS was inactive in the later stages of Lok Sabha elections, as per my information as well. So, why? Because it just emanated from Nadda. Yes, I do not buy this thesis that RSS and BJP can, break their relationship. I think the bowing before the banyan tree, in Modi's word, is what has happened in Nagpur. But the question is, why it took 11 years for the RSS pracharak to go to Nagpur, and why it took 9 months after Nadda's comment to go to Nagpur. I think nothing has come out. I was just trying to read the body language. I think both were guarded, trying to smile everything, Bhagwat and Modi. So let's see. We have to follow it closely.
You are not convinced?
Most close things which need to be followed is, one, the new president of the BJP. BJP, who will be he? And also at the same time, we have to see what is the RSS mandate. Is it that Yogi model or this Modi's model? Modi's model also include now what is Saugate Modi. So I don't know what Saugat Modi took to Nagpur and what Saugat he got in return from Nagpur.
Tuin, Satish is not very convinced. He's reading into the body language of the Prime Minister and the RSS chief by saying that they were very guarded. But there are perhaps some indications. The indications particularly with JP Nadda's statement and thereafter the long months and many raising this entire question that why is it that you have to make the visit now? In the last several years, you've never made that visit. So the homecoming should have happened long back.
why should we answer the other people? Those who are not, those who should be asking Rahul Gandhi where he goes and why does he go for an iftar party here and there? Why should we be answerable to them? Why Prime Minister goes to RSS on a certain day? Fact is that this is the 100th year of RSS. This is a very special time for everybody who has been involved with RSS over the years. And even if the Prime Minister did not go there since 2013, I am sure that in this day and age, you don't necessarily need to go there. He was in touch with every top RSS functionary as and when needed. So this whole thing of why, I can understand the opposition asking us, Tariq kab bataoge on construction of Ram Temple. I can understand them asking us, Tariq kab bataoge of the Waqf Amendment. Now they have begun, Tariq ka pehle kyun nahi gaye? I think the opposition needs to grow out of that. I think all their temporary joy post 4th June last year has been quashed away. There is no reason for them to really smile, and therefore they are making, they are clearly rattled, they are clearly despondent.
Pankaj Sharma, are you wasting your time?
The BJP and the RSS.
Pankaj Sharma, are you wasting your time, or perhaps the opposition is basically wasting their time looking into what may not be an issue? Go ahead, Tuhin, make your statement, and then Pankaj Sharma can come in.
Just 10 seconds.
Go ahead, Tuhin.
These are the same people. Today they are telling us that RSS has cut BJP to size. These are the same people on alternate days. They would come and tell you that, spread all kinds of canards about the RSS, that RSS has never been involved with freedom movement. They would demonize RSS. Rahul Gandhi has gone to the extent of comparing RSS with Islamic Brotherhood. Again, the most vicious thing to do. He is facing defamation suits because he has been spreading all kinds of lies against RSS. So it's very amusing. On odd days, this opposition comes and tells us that, RSS should be telling BJP, Raj Dharm ka palan karo. But on even days, they will demonize RSS ad nauseum, which only shows that this opposition has no agenda. It is frustrated, it is flustered, it is confused.
Pankaj Sharma, are you wasting our time?
Wasting the time on what? Opposition is doing its job. And opposition is, every day, do you see in Parliament what is happening? And how ruling dispensation is behaving? Coming home, coming home. Do you think Naddaji would have said, gone are the days when we needed RSS without the permission of Narendra Modi? Oh, he said, now we are capable on our own. We all have seen what happened after that. RSS taught a strong lesson to Mosha BJP, Modi Shah BJP in 2024 elections. And BJP could get only 161 plus 79. 161 plus 79. That is how 240 seats. Modi won in Varanasi by 8.7 lakh votes in 2014 and by 5.75 lakh votes in 2019. He could win only by a margin of 1.5 lakh votes. Do you think such a better history of relationship will convert into a spring of honeydews by this visit? Modi ji has gone to RSS headquarters because of the fear that Bhagwat ji might engineer an position plan against him in coming months.
Satish,
5 months from now, he would be 75 years old, and he's the one who created the Margdarshan Mandal in BJP. So
you have gone a step for the Margdarshan Mandal.
So this
Satish,
is fear which took him to Nagpur headquarters.
Satish, I want you to just make your point, and then I'll put together to Tuhin. Now, the fact of the matter is that on the one hand, you've part of the opposition trying to demonize the RSS, looking into the RSS's role during the freedom struggle, and then suddenly a volte-face that we're really looking at, saying that it is the RSS which should be telling the government what they need to do. It is the RSS which should be actually looking into what the Prime Minister is doing. It is the RSS which should be guiding the government.
Well, yeah, I do find some sort of contradiction in opposition's stance. Why? Because they are not also very coherent. They are not very cohesive. And but to give it to Rahul Gandhi, he attacks RSS and BJP together. He doesn't mince word about even the RSS or BJP. He speaks again in one voice. The problem here is that the inchoate opposition, they are maybe somewhat, frustrated also because of the lack of unity. So they are just trying to look for some hope within that Sangh Parivar. And it is the Sangh Parivar within itself that gave them that hope. After this Bhagwat's statement one after another. So that is there. And second, as I said in the beginning, that it was JP Nadda who declared BJP to be independent.
Okay.
Now this is established. Now this is established that yes, BJP is a part of the banyan tree because the larger than life Modi goes to Nagpur and goes at every possible place to seek perhaps their blessings.
Let me now take the final comment from Piyush, from Tuhin, I beg your pardon. Tuhin, you've heard what Satish as well as Pankaj had to say, that while Satish says it's not cohesive, the argument put forth by the opposition, but at the same time hitting out by simply saying that Rahul Gandhi is very clear about where he stands.
Well, the opposition is clearly, lacking in self-confidence. They've given up on their own, abilities, and that's why they now hope that RSS will do something to cut BJP to size as they use the words. But I think they need to get real, and at least today is a good day. On this auspicious day, Rahul Gandhi should apologize for the way he has demonized RSS over the years, sometimes equating it with Islamic Brotherhood, sometimes calling it, sometimes holding it responsible for the death of Mahatma Gandhi. Defamation suits have been filed against Rahul Gandhi for that. I think it's a good day for Rahul Gandhi to apologize and to learn and assimilate, to acquaint himself about the vast amount of work that RSS has done for nation building.
Thank you very much, Tuhin, Pankaj and Satish, for joining us on the burning question tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, the so-called rift between the BJP and the RSS may be a continuing talking point. But having said that, the Prime Minister's visit certainly sends across a very strong message about the relationship between the BJP and the RSS.